Not every kid loses their childhood in one big dramatic moment. There's no crash, no slam door marking the end of innocence. It just sort of slips away. One day the dishes pile up, the air in the house feels heavy, and suddenly someone has to step in and keep things from falling apart. Nobody asks them to do it. They just step up, because honestly, who else will? That's how it usually begins. Not with a lecture about growing up, but with the quiet, heavy realization that settles inside a small frame. Psychologists have a word for this: parentification. But honestly, that term feels cold compared to what it really is. It doesn't touch what it's like to be a kid whose nervous system decides. Early, there's no space left for being a kid. Only space for fixing, predicting, holding it together. People look at these kids later and call them strong, old souls, mature beyond their years. Like this strength just bloomed out of thin air, as if they picked it up along with their eye color. But it's not some natural trait, it's survival. Their brains rewired themselves because they had to. Their needs got shoved aside. Feelings cost too much. What mattered was keeping things steady, so they learned to shrink themselves and hold the fort for everyone else. That hyper-independence, the thing everyone praises, it's not real confidence, it's protection. When support comes and goes, or never shows up at all, you stop expecting it. Eventually, you stop even wanting it. Asking for help feels awkward, almost embarrassing, like you're fumbling with a language you never really learned. And when help finally does appear, part of you just waits for it to vanish again. All of this creates a weird split. Outside, you look calm, capable, serious, the kind of person people rely on. Inside, something softer and younger never really got what it needed. Rest feels suspicious. Stillness makes you uneasy. Doing nothing stirs up anxiety, because deep down, quiet used to mean neglect or the warning sign that things were about to go wrong. You feel most valuable when you're useful, anticipating everyone's needs, smoothing things over, carrying more than your share. Even just wanting comfort feels like too much. You apologize for talking, downplay your own pain. Real care feels uncomfortable, not because you don't want it, but because you've got no idea where it's supposed to go. Empathy gets sharp in these kids, not the dreamy, poetic kind, the survival kind. They read moods and silences the way other people read traffic lights. The slightest shift in tone, a glance that lingers too long, the hush that means trouble's on the way. It's less about kindness and more about staying one step ahead. If any of this sounds like you, let's be clear, you're not broken. Nothing about you failed. Your nervous system did exactly what it was built to do under stress. You learned responsibility before you learned safety. You learned strength before softness. That's not a flaw, that's adaptation. Healing doesn't mean you have to become helpless or lose your edge. It's not about giving up your competence. It's quieter than that. It's about letting yourself put the weight down, even if you do it clumsily, even if guilt sneaks in. It's about realizing, maybe for the first time, that you don't have to keep everything together. You get to rest. Even if it feels weird, even if you're not sure you believe it yet.